Welcome to mySci Unit 8, Putting on a Show with Light and Sound. In Lesson 2, students will answer the question, what is sound? In this lesson, students will investigate how they can make sounds with different objects, and they will figure out that sound is produced by vibrations. In the Engage portion of this lesson, you'll start by having a conversation with students about sound. You'll remind students of the Engineering Design Challenge and how their goal is to make an instrument out of recycled materials. And for an instrument to work, it's going to need to make sound. Ask students, do you know how we can make sound? Allow students to brainstorm the answer to the question. After your conversation, have students turn to drawing sound in their science journal. Remember to use the scientific drawing rubric to have students correctly label their drawing. For the Explore part of this lesson, you will need the kazoos found in the mySci kit. Pass out the kazoos and see if students can make sounds with them, and what type of sounds they can make. For students new to the kazoo, you might need to introduce the idea of humming into the kazoo. Once students get the hang of using a kazoo, have students put their hand on their throat while they're making the noise in the kazoo so they can feel the vibrations that their throat makes. In the Explain part of this lesson, you'll first have students partner up and watch each other play their kazoos. You'll have them make observations about what they saw or what they felt when the other student was playing their kazoo. Some students may say they heard something shaking or saw something shaking. This is when you ask the question, does anyone know what the word is when something moves back and forth or up and down very quickly? And you'll introduce students to the vocabulary term of vibration. You will then collect the kazoos and have students get out the drawing they made in the earlier part of this lesson. Challenge students to add vibrations to their drawing. In the Elaborate portion of this lesson, you'll ask students what else vibrates when it makes a sound. You'll then pass out the rulers found in the mySci kit. Students will then produce sound with the ruler. To do this, have students place the ruler on the desk and have them hold the ruler down on the one end that is on the desk. With their other hand, they'll gently hit the ruler and listen to the vibrations. You'll have the students hit the ruler harder or softer. Ask them what observations they make about the difference in sound. Then have the students make the ruler longer or shorter by adjusting it on the surface of the desk. Have them hit the ruler again and see if they can make any other observations about the difference in sound. In the Evaluate portion of this lesson, you'll ask students what makes sound, and you'll have students go to the student journal page, Does it make sound? On this journal page, you'll have students circle the picture in which they think that vibrations are needed to produce sound. Remind students that all sound is produced by vibrations. Go over this handout with students, asking them, what sound is being made in this image? Does it vibrate? This can serve as a review for students so they can understand that all sound comes from vibrations. By the end of this lesson, students will have answered the question, how do we make sound? And they will have described how sound comes from vibrations. Students will use this knowledge as they continue to think about building an instrument out of recycled materials that makes sound for the show that they're going to put on.